Your AutoCAD annoying problems have simple solutions, and we're gonna tackle those today. For instance, the first one is every time or often when we are working in AutoCAD in a very productive way, meaning trying to get things done quicker, by accident, instead of pressing escape on our keyboard, we might press F1 just because the key is right next to the escape key. And that's very annoying, especially because it might take a while to open this help window, and it definitely slow you down. Let's see how we can that annoying problem, and what if we could convert the F1 key into another escape or cancel key on your keyboard? Do you think that will be helpful? Yes, I'm sure, because I did that for myself. The way I did it was going to the CUI. There is an option that says to create a new shortcut over here. The way we do it is, of course, under the shortcut keys. If we expand that, you'll see a lot of shortcuts. Is by creating a command here in this star icon. We're gonna create a command. The name, that's for your reference. I'm gonna say F1 to escape. I can recognize this command. And over here under the macro section, we're gonna leave the CC because that means a cancel, two times cancel on my keyboard, and that's what we want. So I'm gonna hit apply. The icon doesn't really matter because this is gonna be a pressing key for the F1. Once I have this, I can click and drag it to the shortcut keys. I'm gonna left click on it and go ahead and drag it right there. That's the new command. Now what we can do here is we can add a access key for this command by clicking these three dots, and we can say F1. Now when I press, if you press F1 and if it gives you shift plus 1 instead of only F1, that's okay. I'm gonna accept for now. I'm gonna click OK. And the issue why we can just assign the F1 key if I remove this is because we will have to click and drag our new command all the way down at the bottom, because the way this works, these shortcut keys works, is the commands or the shortcuts at the bottom take precedent comparing to the other ones above. Let's go ahead and try to assign F1. If you can now, you can do that. F1, let's apply, and here you have it. That's now apply for the escape. Let's try and test that. Let's click OK. And let's say I'm working really quick on my drawing, stretching this. By accident, I want to press escape, but by accident, I did press F1, and boom, nothing really happens. Look on the command line, it says cancel. If we expand with F2, the cancel command was called, which is great. So that was one of your major annoying problems of the F1 or help dialog box. Now you will ask, what if I need a help dialog box? Now I cannot open it with the F1 key. Well, you can still access the help dialog box by holding the shift and holding the control and pressing the F1 key on your keyboard. It's right there, control F1, and that will give you the help dialog box. All right, let's keep moving with the next annoying thing about AutoCAD and how we for that. Let me go to this elevation and look all those red circles. This is a very common annoying problem. What are those red circles? If I try to select them, I can't. How am I gonna get rid of them if I cannot select them? First of all, we need to understand why are those red circles there in order to fix them. And this happens when you try to hatch an area. You can see that the circles now went away automatically. Let me try to recreate that problem, and boom, here we go. That's the problem. Now, even though we cancel the hatch command, the circles are still there. That's crazy. And this is very common, very, very common, and people don't know how to get rid of those circles. There's an easy fix for that. all you have to do is regenerate your drawing. Once I do that, you can see that those circles are gone. It's just a graphic thing, but now you know how to fix it. Let's keep moving with the next problem or annoying problem. And this is funny, but it's very, very common. Look what happened over here in this xref. We have a huge item circle over here. It looks like a, I don't know, like a circle or like a point but I cannot get rid of it. If I go and open the xref for this drawing, let me go ahead and open xref. Yes, open it. You'll see that the door is, of course, this one close to this other door is this one, but there is nothing there. What the hell? What's going on? All right. Well, the problem with this is that even though you cannot see it, you cannot even select it, there is right there, there is a tiny, tiny point that it's even hidden. That's why it's showing on your xref like. Very annoying. And to this, we first need to increase the size or graphic of our point that is right here. In order to do that, I'm gonna use this option or command called DDP type. Here it will give us the point style. As you can see right now, it's set to nothing basically, but we can click the point and hit OK, and now you are able to see it. Isn't that crazy, guys? How would you figure this out? But I got friends calling me for this problem at the architectural office where I work. But anyway, before we get rid of this point, annoying point, let me explain you why this point is showing huge over here. If you want to keep it, of course, maybe you need it. You can mirror this door from the midpoint, or you might need it. But what is happening is because the DDP type option, it's applied to each drawing individually. Even though DDP type might be showing a point, a small tiny point on this drawing, the setting might be different over here. If we go to DDP type, you can see that it's another point style as well as another size. But if you want to keep it, you can of course go here and change the point style as well as the size and click OK, and you will be able to keep the point if you want to. But of course, most of the time, like 99% of the time, you just don't need it. I'm gonna erase it, save, go back, and reload my drawing, and the point just went away. Crazy, annoying problem, but now you know how to. Let's go with the next problem. Look what happened when I move my entire floor plan from this corner. I'm gonna say 0, 0, and I'm gonna press enter. What's going on, AutoCAD? I just wanna move my corner of my building at 0, 0. And why? Because that way I have a point of reference for all of my xrefs. They are all looking nice and aligned in my drawing. But I can't. And this is very annoying. I'll give you this today. And there is a system variable for this. It's called the peak chords. We use that system variable, and if we don't know anything about it, I can press F1. Well, you see now that F1 is not working. Let me try the peak chords. Let me go and hold the control and F1. This system variable controls whether pointer input uses relative or format for coordinates. Well, what the hell is that? Well, this is basically whether the coordinates that you enter, like the 0, 0 that I just did enter, the way that they are interpreted as relative. For instance, relative means is based on the last point that you click or you input, or that's based on the origin of the drawing, and we want the origin of the drawing to avoid this annoying problem. That means we need number 1. So you can see right now it's set to number 0. Let's change that to number 1, and now if I move my plans to 0, 0 and press enter, boom, you can see that I was able to move my drawing nicely. And this is because now this is based on the origin of the drawing and not about the last point